The Honourable, the Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, before I start, may I add my own voice to offer our congratulations, certainly from this side of the House, to the appointment of Bishop Carmelo Samit. We would have wished that it would have been in more auspicious times, but I hope certainly that he will be just as popular and just as loved as his predecessor was. Mr. Speaker, in 1980, Joseph Elliott Trudeau, the then Prime Minister of Canada and the father of the current Prime Minister of that country, reflecting on the Quebec referendum said, and I quote, "It is obvious that these are historic moments. There are very few examples in the history of democracy of one part of a country choosing to decide for itself and by itself whether yes or no it wants to be part of a country to which it has belonged." End quote. In less than 2 years, Mr. Speaker, the United Kingdom has faced not one such historic moment in the Scottish referendum, but a second, equally seminal moment in yesterday's referendum, which ironically will test the resilience of the Union itself in the forthcoming years. And I pray, Mr. Speaker, as someone who feels passionately about the Union and forming part of the British family of nations, that though undoubtedly tested, the Union will prove resilient and coherent and resilient over the next few years, I beg your pardon. Sadly for us, the result has not been what we wanted in this House and what the people of Gibraltar have voted for in massive numbers. We could not have done more than we did in Gibraltar, and I am proud of my fellow Gibraltarians who once again were not found wanting, Mr. Speaker, when the chips were down in Gibraltar. It has not been, indeed, the will of the people of Scotland or Northern Ireland, who have also voted by a majority for Remain. But it is the will of the United Kingdom as a whole, and in any democracy, one must respect that will. Every new chapter in life, and politics is no different, brings its challenges, but so too hope and opportunities. We as a people are no strangers to adversity and have faced and overcome many challenges in the past. Our community has the strength of purpose and the resilience to overcome adversity again, and together we will again prevail. There will be no despair, Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, and I want the people of Gibraltar to know that we will be working hard to ensure that Gibraltar is kept safe, that Gibraltar is kept secure, and that Gibraltar is kept prosperous in the years to come. In this House, we must all now, collectively, deal in hope, realistic hope, but hope nonetheless. We need, above all, to develop a positive and workable roadmap for the future that is what we will concentrate on doing on this side of the House. Hopefully, Mr. Speaker, working alongside the government to devise that roadmap as equal partners in a non-partisan and transparent basis. The creation of a non-partisan roadmap will help confidence and create a measure of certainty that our businesses and that the people of Gibraltar need at this time. One of our main immediate focuses has to be to obtain from the United Kingdom guarantees that Gibraltar will be included in any trade deals negotiated with third parties, any renegotiated access to the single market, and unrestricted access to the UK market in areas such as insurance, financial services, and gaming. Mr. Speaker, this situation is not of Gibraltar's making, and the government of the United Kingdom particularly one led by Brexiteers in the future, owes a duty to the people of Gibraltar to ensure we are not left behind and that Gibraltar does not suffer economic damage over the next 2 years. Early guarantees from the United Kingdom will ensure that certainty and that stability in Gibraltar. My message to Gibraltarians today is this: Gibraltar has always prevailed even in the most difficult of circumstances, and I am confident that working together, government, opposition and the rest of the population in Gibraltar, that we can work through those future difficulties and that Gibraltar will prevail at the end of it stronger than ever before. And we will be able to maintain, Mr. Speaker, that Gibraltarian way of life that we are all here in this House committed to defending, and that with will and hard work, Mr. Speaker, that we will maintain and we will protect over the years to come. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.